with Eileen.
Okay, welcome. What a great way to start off episode 2. Nope.
Oh my god.
Wow, I don't even know my
Scratch
podcast.
that.
Fake fan. I don't even know what I'm talking about. That starts episode 3, and we were just talking before we started recording.
And Eileen still can't English.
Hey, you watch them.
What can I say?
Anyways, welcome to episode 3 of Life and Curly Q's podcast with me, Eileen. What's up? Hey. And the other person you heard. This is so, like, I don't know. I'm, like, nervous. You're nervous. I'm, like, sweating. And our episode today, our special guest, I still can't English, on this episode today. Our guest is one of my best friends, Madison. And, yeah, you want to tell us about yourself? Besides the fact that you love Orlando Bloom.
What can I say? I like what I like. About me. Mm-hmm. My name is Madison.
Give me your 30-second elevator speech.
Girl, I don't talk to people on the elevator.
Girl, me neither.
You know,
where you
from? Know how it is. I'm from Dallas. From Dallas. Suburb. No, we from the 214. Just kidding. I'm too suburb to talk. Scratch. From the colony. Suburb of Dallas. You know, born and raised. Then I came to Texas State. Met you.
Yeah. I know. Tell me about it.
And that's when my life turns bad.
That's when things went down the drain, becoming a friend with me.
Yes, you said it. Graduated from that with wildlife biology, and now I'm here in San Antonio, somewhere I never thought I would be.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what I'm doing. So that's me. I'm confused.
I think that's a great, that's a great depiction.
I know. See, the thing is, I got nervous because I was listening to your other ones, like I was telling you.
Yeah.
And one of the questions that you asked, I was like, crap, I don't know how I want to answer that.
Oh, yeah. The number one question that I'm going to ask you here in a little bit.
Yeah, probably that one.
Yeah, a little bit of history. Madison already covered it, but we met at Texas State. Our first year there, we joined the same organization, and then we ended up going to Costa Rica with that organization, and we were roommates the entire time in Costa Rica, essentially. And you were basically high on drugs the entire trip. Not recreationally. Not recreationally. She was high because she had an injury and had to take a crap ton of
jaw surgery.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but no, every time it got really hot in that room, I just popped a codeine and I went to sleep.
There's only so much you learn about.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so we have a long history. The freshman year, that was fall of 2013, and now it's spring of 2019. So
is it spring?
It's, I mean, for college right now, they're in the spring semester. And technically that Groundhog's Day, he did say spring is coming early.
I don't know seasons.
I mean, right now it's like 40 degrees outside, so Texas doesn't even know its season it's in right now.
Valid statement.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just shared a lot of the same interests.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, one of our, like, first moment hanging out, which is our friend anniversary, which is actually coming up in, like, a month.
In April.
Yeah, the beginning of April.
Or something.
No, it's actually, like, April 2nd or April 3rd.
It was, I think, April 2nd.
Because I thought it was April 4th, and you were like, no, it's actually before that. And then, yeah. I don't know. It's the first week of April. That's our friend anniversary, and that's the first time we hung out when you invited me to a basketball party at a bar. And we were like 18 at the time.
Yes, we were. Bar
141.
I've seen some things that I cannot unsee.
We can't unsee that night.
I'm scarred.
And we talk about it every time our friend anniversary pops up.
Yes, because it makes me think about how glad I am that my mom raised me with morals.
Girl, same.
I've seen some things you just can't unsee.
Yeah.
Some
and now when
dance
I go
moves.
out, it's just like,
I'm like, oh my god, you remember when that one girl's on the ground, the other one was
And then
over her,
was
and then
someone
and things
to
were
me.
moving and gyrating, and then there were people, and I was like, I gotta go. I got class in the morning.
Go. We got school.
I got
Yeah.
English. I did. I skipped.
No.
Oops.
You didn't skip. We were great students. What are you talking about?
I never skipped class.
We didn't skip class. We didn't go to parties. You didn't hear anything of what
I
we just
definitely
said.
didn't, though.
I know.
That
That's the
was-
thing where we were different, though.
That was the
Because
only
I was the one who went out a lot.
I didn't. I just ate a lot.
Oh. Yeah.
Chicken Tuesdays. You heard it here first.
Oh, from Popeyes? Or
Body by Popeyes.
Body by
You
Popeyes.
heard it for your version.
Yeah, that's your go-to thing. I love how you're like straight talking. To the
It's
camera.
only when I pitch my stuff or when I wink at them. Okay.
You're basically a pro at this. Okay,
No.
getting down to the serious. The
I'm
one you're
scared.
dreading. Let me get a sip of water. Get a sip of water if you need a sip of water.
I'm getting nervous.
Please don't have a spit take on my bed. Okay. Are you ready?
Nope.
Well, too bad. It's coming right now.
Okay.
So Life and Curly Cues.
Yes.
It's the podcast you're on right now. We're talking about life. We're talking about adulting. So, question number 1. When was the moment, if you've had it already, or if you've had some type of feeling about it, where you feel, still can't English, still, where you felt like, shit, I'm an adult now?
Yes. So I was pondering this question. That's the thing. Like, first off, I was like, because I'm stupid. Not really. But, like, I, like, Googled. I was like, what is an adult? Because I didn't know how to answer this question. That's the thing. Like, if I think about it, like, I have a job.
Yeah.
I pay my own rent. I pay to make myself live. I do everything myself here. Like, I'm by myself here. Everything like that. So, like, in that aspect, and that's what the definition of an adult was. But like myself, I don't see myself as one. And like
okay.
I don't know, maybe that's dumb. But I don't
No, that
see
makes sense. Like, I guess, I can't think of the big word for it, but like,
I'm
right,
a kid.
like mentally you're not there yet, but like physically in the moment you are there because you are doing all those things, paying for yourself.
I guess you just don't really see what all you do, cuz like this whole move to San Antonio has been a train wreck at some points.
It's been an adventure for you.
It's definitely tested me mentally. And so, like, there are some nights I'd be on the phone with my mom, and she'd be like, Maddie, you work, like, 40 hours a week. You pay your own bills. You pay to go to that wrestling school. Like, you're paying for all of this. You're sustaining yourself. You're cooking yourself. And you have a freaking cat now. Like, you're doing this. Like, what do you mean? Like, you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. And so, like, I think, obviously, it's like a building thing. Like, you're moving forward. And so I guess it's all just a process. Like, there's aspects where I'm like, holy crap. Like, I am doing this on my own. But then at the same time, I'm like, I'm not grown up. I guess this, like, you see on, like, Instagram and, like, Facebook where it's like, when you were a kid, you thought the grown-ups had everything figured out. And then when you expect to, and I have nothing figured out. I think I have more questions than when I started. And I think more than ever. And, like, I contradict myself more than ever. And, like, everything's changing. And so I think that's kind of where it's like, I'm definitely becoming something else.
Yeah.
Not a child anymore. I'm not a girl, but not yet a woman. Britney Spears.
I hope y'all got that reference. If not, then we feel very old.
That's kind of where I am. I feel like obviously I am supporting myself, but I don't know. It's weird to think of myself as one.
Yeah.
So I don't think I have. I don't.
Don't.
So yeah, you know.
Makes sense. Do you see yourself? Because I mean, okay, so I see myself like I'm still living at home, but like when I'm out doing things, I will still call my parents and ask them, is this like, I think I'm trying to remember what the other incidents was. Oh, I was like at the car dealership and getting something fixed with my car, and they had come to me and they said, "Hey, you have a nail in your tire, and it's in a place where if we try to take it out, or if we try to fix it, it's gonna completely puncture your tire and like it won't be running again. There's no way to fix it because it's so into whatever." Oh my God, that thing is huge now. I'm sorry. It's so into
That's
whatever the wow. It's so into whatever the rim, whatever,
Yeah.
that part. And I was like, okay. And he's like, well, you have like a warranty type thing for your tires that will cover it for you. And I was like, okay, let me just, I'm not the car person. Let me call my dad real quick and let me see what he says. And I'll let you know in like 2 seconds. And I'm like, I could have told him, yeah, that's fine because he said it was covered, but I needed that second confirmation from my dad to be like, yeah, go ahead, do that if it's free. Like, my dad was talking to me, like, girl, common sense,
He
do
said,
this.
"Oh, what?"
Yeah. Like, do you see yourself, like, calling your parents for, like, help or advice on things that you don't think you need advice for, or things that are kind of in that adulting aspect?
So in that aspect, I think I am different because in high school and even in college, and even a little bit now, I feel like there's two different parts of me, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
I'm a Gemini.
Oh, man. If we're going to that way. My foot's falling asleep currently.
So, no, just like I feel like I put a facade up. Like I want people to see me a certain way. So even in like college, besides like a couple of times, i.e. Super Bowl Sunday, I like to pretend that not pretend, I like to put outward that I am like this like tough person, like love isn't real, like emotions are for punks, like I don't need people, like I have my own independent, blah blah blah. Anywho, so I never actually went to my parents for much growing up or anything like that, even in like college or high school or whatever. I didn't talk to like them about issues, whatever. I feel like now I do sometimes, like about relationship issues. Um, yeah, I'm one of those now. But yeah, as far as like other things, I feel like with my car, for instance, there are some times when I'll call my dad, but then there's other times where I'm like, I'm big, I'm tough. Yeah, like when my car started overheating and I was going through that whole thing. My dad's first thing was like, okay, well, we'll take it in, blah, blah, blah. Like they are so adamant to like try and help me to be involved. And I was like,
nah, I can do it.
I'm going to do it myself. I'll pay $36 and I'll get the part and I'll fix it myself. And so I did, without telling them. And then I was like, hey guys, by the way, you don't need to come up here. I did it already. And they're like, what? Your car's going to break down because you did it. And I was like, if it happens, it happens.
I tried.
I just wanted to say that I changed my own reservoir or whatever.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely where we're different.
Oil. Yeah. And my spark plugs and everything like that.
And everything in your car.
Yeah, I like to do it by myself. I like to try.
Yeah, so that's definitely it. That's a new one, like.
Yeah. See, that's the only thing.
Yeah.
I feel like getting older, though, it has given me, like, the idea that I don't have to do it all on my own. Because if I would have tried, I would have, like, died. Like I was telling you. This whole move to San Antonio, like, it was trying. The first month, I lost, like, 10 pounds. And, like, not even trying, but just, like, all the stress. And, like, I was tired and all the time. I had, like, nothing. I was in my apartment by myself all the time. And so I would just go home and sleep. And then, like, I went to the wrestling gym, and it was, like, the first day. And they're, like, taking measurements, and they, like, weighed me. And I was like, whoa, I haven't seen that since, like, 8th grade. He's like, that's not what you normally are? I was like, no. Nope. I haven't weighed that in a long time, man. And they're like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah. And then we both looked at each other like that.
I just thought of a question that I want to ask you later. But while I type this, so you moving to San Antonio, that was your first big move since graduating college, because you only ever really lived in San Marcos or the Colony. So,
TC.
and you said it was
I want to be cool and like rep my
rep your
rep my
hometown.
city, but they don't want me. It's fine.
Oh my
You
gosh. Damn it! I forgot what I was gonna say. You and your shout outs.
I told you. I'm gonna say weird things. It's going to happen.
So that was your first move, because when you graduated college, you stayed in San Marcos for like
a year.
Like a year.
I got myself stuck in the
I was gonna say, how was that year after college staying in the same city as your college?
It was a different year. I got stuck there because I was stupid, and I stayed for school. Yeah. So I stayed for a dude, and that blew up in my face the first day of my lease. Is when I literally the day the night right before I moved in is when I figured that he was a hoe.
Yep. You know who you are.
But yeah, don't date athletes. They suck. Anywho, don't even look at them. But yeah, so I was like, gosh, girl, you so dumb. But you have to learn that kind of stuff on your own. You have to figure out. You can't just have someone tell you that. But no one knew really that I did it for that reason.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Surprise.
we didn't know until like a while after.
Until I was ready to admit it.
Yep, exactly.
And then it was different. During that little gap year, I had to figure out what I was gonna do. Because I was stuck there.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up getting 3.5 jobs. I worked at the beef jerky outlet. I worked as a substitute teacher, and I worked at Wonderworld Park as a tour guide. And then I did the secret shopper crap. And so I was supporting myself with all those jobs. And then I joined the jiu-jitsu gym, Diaz Martial Arts. And that was probably one of the best things that I could have done, because otherwise it would have just been me by myself again.
True.
Met a lot of people there. Only a couple, like, the friendships stuck there, though. But, like, there's only, like, you know how it is. You go to a place and everyone's like, oh, my gosh, fresh meat.
Yeah.
And you're like, what is up?
You're
and
like,
then
I'm
only,
just trying
like,
to fit in.
only, like, one person ends up, like, hanging around and actually talking to you. So, yeah, that's how it was. I was just doing my work thing, going to that every, like, Tuesday and Thursday. It was a nice environment. But then I had, like, 3 months left. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go be a wrestler now. And so originally I was going to go to Houston. I was going to, like, depart from everyone because I only had 3 months left.
Yeah.
And so I was like, let's cut these ties and I'm going to go off and it'll be so easy. Well,
no.
When you make plans, whomever is up there, whoever controls this universe, they go, ha, joke's on you.
I have a different plan.
So, yeah, it ended up happening that someone got placed in my life. And then I was like, oh, shoot, I actually like this person. And then it was hard going from what happened like a year or so ago. And I was like, oh, my gosh, all guys suck.
Yeah.
And, you know, my whole woman scorn spiels. I can do that still if you want. But, yeah, and so met this dude. Ended up really, really liking him. So I was like, you know what? Maybe this happened for a reason.
Yeah.
Because I literally was like, I'm out here in 3 months. Ain't no one going to be here.
I'm going to start fresh.
Exactly. I was like, I'm not going to be sad. I'm just going to go. And then I was like, you know what? Let's see where this goes. And so.
And now you're here.
Yeah, I found the school in San Antonio. And yeah, that school that I'm at now is probably one of the other best things that's ever happened to me.
I was gonna say let's talk about wrestling a little bit. That was the question I had to write down. Let's talk about wrestling a little bit because so when I met you, I didn't know how much you loved wrestling. And then
no one does.
Yeah, no one really does.
It's my other personality.
And then when we got further into our friendship, realized you love wrestling. Like you love it. And then you took me to my first live wrestling experience.
Yeah.
And
that was an experience.
That wasn't it. So yeah, you do that. But I want to talk about like your interest in wrestling. Like how did that start and everything? Because Yeah, you're kind of obsessed.
LOL.
But like a good obsessed, not a bad obsessed. I didn't mean for that to come off bad.
I feel attacked. I am a millennial and I feel triggered. Let's see. So, basically, I have an older brother. We used to watch it growing up. Team Extreme, the Hardy Boys and Lita. Lita was the bomb.com. I liked the way that her thong popped out from her, like, her little outfit. I was like, that girl's badass. I want to be
She's
her.
brave enough to show her thong in public.
I don't know. I just thought she was cool. And I was like, you know what? When I'm older, I'm going to do that. I'm going to show my thong.
Okay.
It's never happened, but maybe one day. Just it was a way that I bonded with my brother. It was different. Watching it, we would watch it all the time. Do the moves, of course. My parents had this water bed, and so we would do like moonsaults and shit. I forgot I can say that. And shit.
I catch myself every time. The first
Like-
episode, I kept saying like crap instead of shit and everything, and then by the end of it, I was like, "Fuck it, I can say what I want. I'll just put explicit."
Yeah. We interrupt this program. No. So yeah, it was just kind of like growing up. We always used to watch it. Just the daringness of it all. I watched it about till the end of middle school, early high school. I stopped because I was too cool. You know, everyone goes through that
yeah,
thing.
for
You're
sure.
like,
I don't like it. What
I
is
am
it?
the coolest person ever. Like, whatever. So then I didn't, and then I got back towards it, or to it, I guess, around the middle of high school, towards the end. I don't know, my thing now with it, or I guess what got me back into it, isn't so much the moves and whatever, it's, like, the way they get people. Like, it's not just about, like, the moves, it's about, like, the people.
Like how they attract an audience, or like how they actually how the companies get people to be
No,
the
not the
wrestlers.
companies.
Okay, I was like,
No, the people,
How they
like,
pull the
even,
people
like,
in?
their gimmicks, I guess.
Okay.
Like, how they entertain.
which
Like,
it's pretty cool. Like each person has its own significant.
yeah.
I only think of the one dude
That
from
dude.
the live wrestling show.
Yeah. So mine so I was like into it, and obviously like the girls division was getting like revolutionized, and it was growing, and you were seeing different girls,
Yeah.
not just these big busty women who were like sex objects. They were like girls with like actual personalities, and they were people. And so like that was something that got me interested in. But then what really like made me like continue, I went to a live NXT in Austin with my brother, and I saw Enzo Amore. Now that man is controversial now, but the way that like he had a chant, and when he came out, everyone was saying it, like all of the crowd was saying it with him. And so it was like that feeling that he had them, and that feeling that like everyone was with him, like what he did for people, I guess, like the effect he has on them was like
Like
whoa.
he made everyone feel like they were a part of the show.
Yeah, because like he would walk out and he would be like, my name is Enzo Amore, and everyone would be like saying it with him, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and everyone would be like, and you can't teach that. And then they would do the whole soft thing.
I was going to ask you about your shirt.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was another thing they did. Whenever they were like talking crap about someone, they'd be like, I have one word to describe you, and I'm going to spell it out. And everyone would go, S-A. And it was just like the whole, like when I was at the NXT, it was like the whole crowd. But even on like the live shows that they do, it's like the whole arena. And so like I guess for wrestling fans, it's like they're real people, and they like are behind these people who technically like they're not really those people, but
Yeah.
they are, and these people like believe in these people. And so to have that kind of like backing, to have that kind of effect on someone, I was like, I want that.
I want in.
Yeah, because even like besides the wrestling, they do a lot of like I guess charitable work. To like this day, I think John Cena is one of the most Make-A-Wish Foundation, he's like one of the most fulfilled ones.
I
Like
was gonna
he's
say
done the
you see
most.
him doing a lot of those too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so even just like being able to get out there and do charity work or do like things like that,
Yeah.
be able to have, because like obviously like you can go out there and you can like go visit children and whatever, and like yeah, that's cool, but if you're like this star in their eyes, like, and they're like, oh my god, I'm like, what's up? I mean, I'm sure I'll feel different if that ever happens, but it would be cool to like be something.
I was gonna say it'd be interesting to see you, because I mean you're in a wrestling school now, and I mean they're helping you train and prep and all that. My question for you is,
I don't know.
if you made it down the line,
Mm-hmm.
you're a professional wrestler,
Mm-hmm.
you're doing all the things.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any ideas of like what your like
Gimmick?
your gimmick and your name and your like catch? I just bumped the mic. Your like catch line would be.
No.
Have you ever thought of that? Like even as a kid, like when you were first interested in, you were like, I want to do this.
I just wanted to be Lita. No. So yeah, now like every Wednesday we do like character development, and so I'm supposed to be like getting, since I am fairly new, I'm supposed to be like figuring out what I want to do. We're cutting promos, and like this first one that I did, like I don't know, because I guess the way people see me is different than the way, like when you first see me is different than how I am.
Yeah.
So we bring this guy in. He calls himself Sexy Steve DeMarco.
Okay.
I've seen his stuff. He's pretty great. Not like, oh, he's so sexy, but like his character is good. And so we're taking notes and lessons from him. And I guess the way, from the times he's seen me, it's like a face is what they call it, like oh yes, like happy person in a sense, like happy to be there opportunity type thing.
Yeah.
Like the first promo I cut for him, it was like about how I haven't really been into this business. I haven't really gone in the ring and they haven't seen me, but like, oh, y'all will see, like you'll see. And like that was the catchphrase that I kept repeating throughout the promo. And then the next week we had to do another one, and it was supposed to be why wrestling. And in that one, like I had my own freedom, I guess, because it wasn't on the spot. Because the other one was like, yeah, I'm gonna cut a 30-second promo before you leave, and I was like,
what?
And the only thing that kept popping in my head was you'll see, and I was like, okay, that's the only thing that's going on right now. What am I gonna use that with? But for this other one, I basically made it seem like, oh, like I don't know how to tell you without like doing it. So it was basically like about how everyone wants to have like this legacy in the world and blah 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 blah, and how people do it. And then like I tried to like flip the switch, and then I was like, oh yeah, well I have everything. And so like it was like a cocky, arrogant type thing at the same time. So I don't know where I want to go, because I can definitely see how it could go both ways. Like I could be like, oh, happy, and like not just happy, but like a good sport, like play by the rules, like I love this wrestling business because I love it. Or like my normal self, which is like a sarcastic asshole. Not an asshole, but like just sarcastic, like sharp-tongued, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm currently fighting with that. I'm supposed to record another promo some point.
Soon.
Yeah, about who my character is.
Oh, so you
gotta
gotta
figure her out. Yeah, I also don't have a name, so I have to get on that. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I just thought of that as we were talking about this. I was like, I wonder if she's ever thought about.
I definitely have. I just can't figure it out. Like at first, I was thinking like some kind of like I wanted like a strong name, and so like the first thing that came to my head was like you've seen the 100, right?
It's been a while.
Like
yes.
Octavia type crap, like Raina or something.
Oh,
and then,
okay, yeah, I've seen the 100.
Yeah,
you're the one who got me on that show.
Like,
for some reason, I was thinking it was a movie, and I was like, yeah, probably. No, I've seen the show.
And so I was thinking like maybe like Raina, and then I realized that there's actually a girl already, and her name is Raina Gonzalez.
Is there anyone Blood Raina?
Yes, that's me. Copyright infringement. I'm gonna get sued. I can't afford that. But yeah, so I haven't. It's all in progress. Still trying to figure myself out.
Interesting.
If you have any ideas, feel free to shout them out.
I was going to say, if you guys have any ideas of what she could do, definitely put it in the comments somewhere. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know how this works.
I don't know how this works either. I'm still testing it out. No one really comments anything. They
I'll
just
start.
listen. So. They just kind of do what they please.
I'll comment my own names.
There
fine.
you go. So I lost my train of thought. I was thinking of something, and then I forgot what I was thinking of. Oh, I wanted to share the story of my experience at the wrestling show with you. So Madison invited me to go to a live wrestling in a bar close, like halfway between both of us, because you don't live that far from me.
Nope.
And so I meet up with her there, and it's at a bar by the movie theater. Looks completely casual outside. You walk in, there's a giant ass ring in the middle of the bar.
Yeah.
And then there's all the characters coming in and out. And we went because you knew someone who was wrestling that night.
Yeah.
And then we saw them wrestle. We saw other people wrestle. And there was just one key person that really stood out that evening. And I was already taking everything in because I had never, like, I've seen wrestling on TV before.
Yeah.
And I've seen, like, Total Divas and all that stuff. But that was about it. I've never actually seen real life wrestling. Live wrestling. So I was already taken back by everything.
Yeah.
Just kind of soaking it in as much as
different.
possible. And then the one guy comes in. I don't even remember his name.
I honestly don't know.
I don't remember his name. But his, like, signature move was whenever someone tried to, like, grabbed his crotch, he had so much power to just completely knock them the fuck out.
Yeah, and the lollipop gimmick.
Oh, yeah. What? Well, okay, I don't remember it, though.
The lollipop was in his pants.
Okay, I was like, I don't remember how it started.
Well, he walked out with one, and he gave it to some girl, and she was like, and I'm like,
oh my god, yeah, she ate the lollipop straight from... Yeah.
And then in the middle of the match, he pulled another one out of his little...
crotch.
Chonis. And put it in the opponent's mouth, and we were all like, huh? And of course, the dummy that we were with was like, I would do it for money. And I was like,
I would not do that for anything. That was disgusting. But yeah, he's the one who stuck out of my mind just because he was the grossest character.
Really was.
And it was like the most obnoxious character too, because he thought he was the shit.
Yeah.
Rico Suave, but not even a Rico.
And see, that's the thing though. Like, like, if you think about it, you didn't remember anyone else.
Exactly.
And
it's
so
crazy.
you need something.
You need something that's going to stand out like that for people to remember your name.
Yeah, I ain't going to do nothing like that.
Yeah, and then it was funny because I was on my Instagram the other day, and I follow Mamrie Hart and Grace Helbig, who are, like, these YouTube influencers that I've followed for a while, and they have their own podcast and everything. And they love wrestling, too. Like, they're obsessed with wrestling. But they went to a live wrestling show somewhere in California recently, and on their story, they were posting all the characters that were coming out, and he was one of the characters, and I had to send it to you because I was like, girl, I thought I would never see him again, and here he is on, like, a famous influencer's story.
Yeah. He's got gimmick, man.
He's got gimmick, yeah. And they also were very taken back by him and his whole ordeal. But yeah, I just wanted to share that because it was very surreal for me to see someone I follow, like, almost celebrity level, essentially.
Yeah.
See someone who I saw just casually in my neck of the woods.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to do something like that, but obviously not to that level. Oh my God. On, like, I don't remember what it was, but there was a big controversy. A girl did something similar. She was on one of those gypsy shows on TLC, something like that. She decided to become a wrestler, and in one of her little gimmick spots, she pulled out a tampon and stuffed it in a girl's mouth.
Oh.
I don't think it was, like, real, but like, yeah,
still.
She got a lot of backlash for that.
But she got the attention.
Sort of, but then also there's, like, double standards because everyone's like, that's so disgusting. I'm like, this dude just pulled a lollipop out of his junk, and that's fine.
That was fun. Now we're getting to the end of the podcast.
Dun, dun, dun.
Where we pull out the mug of questions. We're still working on a jingle. I was never working on it, just pulled out a jingle. It's a mug of questions. Madison added some more questions to it today. So she is the guest. She's going to pull out the first question. and she'll answer it from there.
I like watching it. I'm nervous.
I was going to say you've been staring at yourself a lot, and I can barely see it, and I'm like, yeah.
I just feel like I look tan. I'm nervous about the question, though. Oh, my God.
You can skip it if you want to skip it. Like, you don't have to answer. You can pick
How
another
many
one.
do we do?
It depends. I think
A
in the
couple
past,
just in case you want to cut me out. Yeah.
No. I think in the past I've only done like 2 questions each person.
Oh, okay.
But we'll,
well,
like, take
see, I feel
turns.
like this question's something you regret in life. Something I regret in life. That's the thing, though, because I would say, like, obviously, I feel like I was going to be like, I already touched on that.
Oh, well, if you...
But the thing is, I don't think I did. Well, I would... My thing is, I want to believe that everything happens for a reason, because if I wouldn't have got myself stuck in San Marcos that year,
you probably wouldn't be here.
I wouldn't have gone to that jiu-jitsu gym.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have met the dude that I'm with now.
Yeah.
I would not be in San Antonio because I'm here. Yeah, I don't know where I would be. So I don't think that was like a regret that I trusted someone, but I don't know, my regret.
Any recent decisions, just small decisions, that could count as a regret.
That's a good, I don't know, I just feel like things happen for a reason.
I mean, that's my life motto. Things happen for a reason.
Yeah. I'm weird. I believe in like fate and stuff like that. Like, I honestly think that would happen. Because even with, I applied to those national parks and I was supposed to go to Hawaii.
I know.
And then,
yeah. And then
now I'm here.
Life unfolded. Which I think that would have been so interesting if you had ended up in Hawaii.
Probably be dead.
I would have an excuse to go to Hawaii.
Probably be dead.
I don't think you'd be dead. I think you'd
depressed.
just be struggling and depressed.
Yeah, girl. Mental health is a real thing. That's one thing, maybe. Something I regret in life is not, like, actually discussing, like, mental health more. Just, like, taking care of yourself instead of hiding everything.
Boom.
Yeah. Because, for real, like, you think you're the only one, but then, like, there's other people.
Exactly. Then you talk about it, and you're like, well, shit.
Yeah, like, low-key, high-key. I started talking to some person. They're on my insurance. And, like, I was like, yo, dude, something's wrong with me. Ever since I moved here, like, I cry. And, like, I have feelings. And, like, this person that I'm with, they, like, make me feel some type of way. And I have feelings now, and I don't like it. What is happening? Aww. And he's like, oh, that's normal. Like, you just moved. Everything's, like, different. Yeah. And, like, he makes my craziness logical.
Like,
I was like,
makes sense. Like, there's like, a reason to it.
So I'm not crazy. He's like, no, you still are. I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah, that's fine. But, yeah, that's the only thing I guess I regret. Not
just, like, more self-care.
Yeah, in that sense, with your mental health. Because you don't think about that. Because obviously, I'm like, put a face mask on. It's $2. Self-care. Drink some water.
Internal self-care.
Yeah, and I actually didn't start thinking about that until I read this book, audiobook. I didn't read it.
I was going to say, do you read? Because, shoot, I got a bookshelf right here of books. But have I read them? Nope.
You know, I read a book called Crazy is My Superpower. Okay. It was from a wrestler. Her name is AJ Lee. And I was like, yo, mental health is something. And so then I was like, you know what? Maybe I should get this looked at.
And then you got it looked at.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Am.
Yeah, I was like, you're currently.
Why don't you answer this one? What's something you regret in life real quick?
Something I regret in life? I kind of regret not staying, like, I guess physically active. Like, in high school, I did cheerleading, which kept me always, like, working out or doing something. And then, like, I got to college and I decided not to follow through with cheerleading because I couldn't flip, which was a main thing you needed in cheerleading in college. They're very
flippy.
Yeah, they're very flippy, and you need to do that, and I couldn't do that. And so I think I just regret not actually pushing myself more to actually work out and be more fit. Because, like, it's just, I don't think I gained weight since, like, high school. And I just regret not sticking with workouts. Yeah. Because even in college, like, my friends and I, we would go, like, at midnight when the gym was still open. Who are these other friends? when we weren't friends yet. This was when I lived at Laurel, and like the entire dorm was a friend family thing. Moving on. So we would go to the gyms, and there's only one gym. We would go to the gym and we'd work out, but then like it wouldn't stick, and then I would have a love-hate relationship with it. And even recently I had like made a blog post saying that I was gonna like start a workout routine. I was gonna work out all the time, and my starting weight was 180 something, and I'm gonna like work, and I'm gonna do progress. And it fell through. I sprained my ankle again.
How do you keep doing that? Just get
I had sprained
rods put in your ankle.
I might as well. So I had been working out, and then I sprained my ankle. And once my ankle was healed, I didn't work out. I think I worked out like once after that, and then I haven't worked out ever since. And then recently I went to the doctor, and I had my first like wellness check in a very long time. And we got lab results done and everything, and like I got news of like something that I didn't want to hear, and it's because I don't keep track of my physical health.
Yeah.
And so it was I think that's something I regret, not actually staying fit, not working out. So now I'm thinking again, like,
well, yeah, girl, it's not too late.
I know, and that's the thing.
Let's
like,
go
it's
run
never
a
too
marathon.
Late. Oh, fuck that.
I just want the t-shirt.
I don't run.
Me either, but I want the t-shirt. They look nice.
I don't run. But that's one thing, and I've been thinking about it recently again, where I want to do like I want to start working out again. I want to actually like be fit, because I'm comfortable in my body, and I've talked about this on the
episode 1.
Yeah, I talked about this in episode 1. I'm comfortable with it, but I regret not sticking with it, because I know I could look better and feel better.
Yeah, I think you just have to find something that you actually enjoy doing.
Yeah, maybe it's something that I have to document. And maybe that's what'll keep me doing it. Maybe
you'll see progress.
Exactly. Like, maybe it's something where, maybe it's something I have to document for my blog. Like, maybe I have to, like, put a video together.
Hold yourself accountable.
To hold myself accountable, to actually stick with it, so that I can have an end product of a whole fitness journey. Maybe that. So I think that's what I'm going to try next to help me stick with it. Because clearly, like, working out in someone's garage that lives, like, 5 minutes down the road, that didn't work out the first time.
Yeah.
And then I have an app on my phone of 7-minute workouts, and you do certain different types of them.
The same one.
Yeah. You do certain types of those, and you can do those at home. You don't need weights. You don't need anything. And those were good for a while, because whenever I wasn't at her garage, I was in my living room doing the workouts.
Yeah.
So I think that's something I regret. Yeah. Just not.
Well, girl, if you ever need something, I don't ever do anything on the weekend.
I know. I had even contemplated, like, getting a gym membership, but I was like, I don't need to be wasting money on something I could do for free. Yeah, maybe you'll just become my personal trainer.
Yeah, right. I'm like, eat those Chex Mix. I got bold and cheddar.
But you have like a good metabolism.
Girl.
That's one thing I don't have, because I didn't like stay physically active.
I think that's just my genes. I wish I could take credit for this. It's genetic. Thanks, Dad.
Okay, my question. Is true love real? Wow, Madison,
hey,
you got
who
deep.
Did that? Girl, I couldn't think of any. I told you my other question was gonna be how much wood could woodchuck chuck? Woodchuck could chuck wood.
Is true love real? I don't know. I don't know about this, because I think I've only ever really, besides my family, but like, I think I've only ever loved one person. And
me.
Completely. Truth is out.
Well, podcast over.
No, and I've told you about that story and everything, and I think that's the only person I've loved. But I don't know if true love is real, because I haven't encountered a lot of love besides from my family.
And me.
From my family in Madison. Clarification, there you go. But I don't know. That's one thing I'm like iffy on, just because I haven't experienced a lot of things. What about you?
I don't know. I was hoping someone else on your podcast
would get that question. So that you could be like, I wrote that. I contributed.
Like, wow. I just want to hear their answer. I don't even know what the question means. I don't think
true love is like a circle.
Not a triangle, but a circle.
I don't know what movie that's from, but
It's
there's
from, and I'll pronounce you Chuck.
okay. I was like,
Rob
I just
Schneider. They would always make that joke.
With circle.
They would always do that at freaking jujitsu because we had to. They're like, in jujitsu, it's all about a triangle, not a circle. I was like, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like I read something and it was like about how you're a different person at different times in your life. So like at one point, like that person is for you, but like something about it being like a forever person or like a passing
like
person,
seasonal.
and that's scary.
That is. I was talking to somebody recently about it. I think it was my brother or someone, where it was like some people are in your life for a lifetime, some people are there only for seasons, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like there's like a freakishly elongated like that, and that's like the ending piece of it. And I was reading it and I was like, oh my god, that's so scary.
I know.
But
I read it and then I'm like, I'm gonna be forever alone. I don't know what's happening.
Nah, girl, you're not gonna be forever alone. You can cook. And
I'm
you gotta.
I'm starting to learn more things to cook now. I'm gaining knowledge. I'm preparing for my future move out of my house.
I need someone who can cook or who's rich. Or both.
Da-da. All right, next question. You've made so much eye contact with the
Thoughts
camera.
on dating apps? I've never used them.
Lucky duck.
I think they're fun. I personally don't have one, because I think guys are dickheads. Can I say that?
Ain't that the truth, though?
Because what I hear is they just swipe, and they just like them all, and then they see who likes them, and then they go from there.
And then no matter what dating app you're on, the same guys are on it. That's my experience.
Also true. They seem like a thing that not has to be done, but it seems prominent in this era, which is kind of shitty, because if things could go back to the old-fashioned ways, like the dudes, that would be cool. But like now these dudes are taking longer to like get ready than me, because obviously I take a lot of time. Like, look at this hair. I don't know if you can see it that big. Anywho, but
the camera's finding your face right now.
I think dating apps are something that are prominent in today's society. I think it kind of sucks that they are, but it's helpful. You can see more people than you have before. True. But now whether or not those people are shallow is a different question.
Exactly. But yeah, dating apps. I have a love-hate relationship with them. Yeah. You know, I've tried them in the past. I've tried them essentially since freshman year of college.
There's a lot of cool ones out there, though.
There are, but I'm awkward as heck on them, and I don't know how to talk to. I think that's like, I understand the concept of dating apps is like you're able to reach people you wouldn't reach in, like if you went out to just one bar, like you can see so many different people from so many mile radius, whatever. But I think for me, which I'm just now realizing this, I think I need more of the.
Okay, sorry, my leg was falling asleep.
I think I need more of like the actual like in-person contact than just on my phone, because I realized I'm awkward when I'm on a dating app. I don't know how to talk to somebody on a dating app. Like if I'll match with somebody, I don't know how to like. I mean, if they message first, I can start to respond and kind of talk like that, but if I'm on like Bumble where the girl has to start the conversation, I don't know how to fucking start the conversation. And I'll even put that in my bio. I'm like, I'm awkward on these things. I don't know what to say. You accept me for my awkwardness, or you just swipe left.
Yeah. I think the issue with those, though, is that people aren't who they are, though. Like, I've seen, like, some messages, whether it be from one of y'all's or just on the internet. Yeah. These people will say things that they would not say in person. Like, no dude, or I hope not, in person that you meet at the bar is gonna be like, want to see my dick? Yeah. And you're like right holy crap, 911, please. Yeah, but they will be more than happy to send you that or send pics, or like, I'm like, bro, what? Would you actually say that to someone's face? They have like a whole
different like confidence level.
Well, yeah, you have like the safety of a screen.
Exactly. There's no like initial judgment.
Yeah, there's no, because if you say something stupid, or if you don't like them, they say something you don't like, you can always just unmatch them
Yeah.
or whatever you call it. Yeah, you just
Yeah.
get rid of them and you never see them
Exactly.
again. There's no consequences to anything you say.
Yeah. Until you're in public and you're like, where do I know that person from? And you realize
Like,
it's
oh,
someone you
that's the
swiped on.
psychopath that
Yeah.
sent a dick pic.
Yeah. Lord have mercy.
Not, no.
Yeah.
But
I
I
have a
imagine
love-hate
that's what happened.
relationship. I currently am not on any, and I don't see myself getting on it.
Let me do that one.
I had tried to get on one, but then the app kept crashing, and I was like, it's a sign that I'm just not supposed to be on dating apps right now.
You're
But
supposed
then
to be on
you
that
found
one.
one where it's like your friends are your wing friend,
What
your
is
wing
it
women,
called? Wingman?
wing app or something like that, where it's like your friends are essentially doing the dating app for you, and they match them
That's a plug.
for
See
you.
if you can get a sponsor for them.
Hey, I mean, I hope I get to a level on this podcast where I could have sponsorships, but I'm not at that level of listeners yet. Last question.
Watch out, mine are scary.
I mean, I feel like you kind of covered this. Worst adulting experience. Yeah, that one's really hard. I don't know how to answer that.
Think about it. I'll go.
Okay.
Worst adulting experience has to be here in San Antonio. No offense to y'all, but like, fuck. Yeah, no, just like getting used to it all, getting used to the city. It's a different city, it's different people, everything's different. Getting used to living alone, growing up in a house with 6 people in my family and 3 dogs. Like, it was a crazy household, like always noise. And when you walk into an apartment and it's just you, it is silent. You never, like that quote about how silence is like loud or whatever.
Oh,
Bro,
yeah.
it is loud AF. And so there's a good couple nights, or there's like a portion of time. And that's when I really started like questioning my mental health, where I was like, not anything like that, but like,
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap, like, I don't want to do anything. I don't really care to eat. Like,
You
I'm
just
just
don't wanna
tired.
get out
I
of
just want to
bed.
go to sleep. Yeah, that kind of stuff. And I was like, holy crap. And then one of the people that I work with, she was like going through similar things, but her kids were going off and doing things. And she probably told me like the most important thing that I've learned, that it's like okay to not be okay. And sometimes you just need to take a day and like be sad. So like just go and
take a
lay
day and
in
watch
bed.
sad movies. That's my like therapy. I just
That and
take
music.
a day and just watch sad movies. Like this morning, I was watching a show and then there was a very sad episode and I just started crying and then I needed
Was
to
it
watch
Glee?
something else.
Quarterback?
No, that episode. My God, don't even get me started. No, I was watching One Day at a Time because I love that show on Netflix.
I don't know what that is.
You need to watch it so that they can get renewed for another season because right now they're struggling. It's a great show about Latino families. It's a Cuban family. It's a Cuban family, yet all the actors are Puerto Rican.
Nice.
But still, it's very relatable for like Latino families. But it's so good, and they cover so many topics. Anyways, I finally figured something out. Wow, I talked really fast just now. My worst adulting experience. I still don't know, but the only thing that comes to my mind is like when I got into my car accident in college. Just because I was like I was in San Marcos, I was alone. I think that was what, junior year of college.
Yeah, because you just got in your car not that long ago.
Yeah. It was junior year, so my brother was in San Marcos at that point as well. And I had gotten in the car accident, and it was my first one. I didn't know what to do, so, like...
They don't teach you that in driving school.
They don't! And it was, like, right in front of the football stadium, on the train tracks, like, scariest moment ever. And there's so much traffic because it was the busiest road in San Marcos that it happened on. And I was literally on my way to your apartment. I was about away. To... Yeah. Yes. Not, like... your apartment was the next light.
Yeah.
And I was about to get there, and it happened, and I didn't know what to do. I had called 911 to tell them I got into an accident, and then they were like, well, you need to move your car because you're in traffic. I'm like, I can't move my car, because if I move my car, I will screw it up even more, because my whole back tire is impaled into the car. And so it was just going through that alone was pretty, like, terrible, just because I hadn't done it before. And, like, I was so... shaky and like anxiety.
She was shook.
I was shook to the core. Just, I don't even think shook was a thing back then.
Shook it.
I was just so taken back by it. And then as soon as after I called the cops, like I called my mom, and my mom was telling me what to do, and she was like, did you call insurance? I was like, no, I don't even know what the insurance number is. And so like she called the insurance, and then she put us on a 3-way phone call with the insurance while I'm trying to talk to the cop, and then the guy who hit me is like trying to spark a casual conversation of like, oh, you're in heat, do you know so and so? And I was like, are you really talking to me about my organization after you hit me with your car, and your car barely has a dent in it, and you can drive off and I cannot? Sorry, I'm not salty about that at all.
She's heated.
And so just going through that experience was pretty terrible, because then I had to ride in the back of a cop car to go to your place, which I'd say now I can say like, oh, I've been in the back of a cop car without getting arrested.
Done it twice.
Oh my gosh, you're right. We did
Sights
that.
and sounds.
True. But like the other cop car we were in wasn't like full on caged in. Whereas the one that I took to your apartment that evening was completely caged in. Like the seats weren't cushioned or anything. The seats were like hard plastic curved seats.
Rude.
I couldn't open the door. He had to open the door for me to get in. There was no way out once you were inside. It was hard. It was uncomfortable. And like driving to your place, like I had calmed down. But then by the time I got to your place, I broke.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when were you calm?
I had kind of like I was still anxiety, like completely shook it all the way to the core. But like by the time I got to your place, I completely broke down.
Yeah.
I think that was the first time I like completely broke down in front of all of y'all.
We've all had that moment.
We've all had a moment, yeah. I mean, that's true friendship right there. Everyone has had a big moment of just like complete shutdown. But I'd say that's probably been the worst adulting experience, just because that was my first time doing it by myself, essentially.
Yeah.
And like having my mom kind of walk me through it. And then luckily, like my parents were pretty great. Like my dad literally drove up to San Marcos that evening.
Oh yeah.
And to like come get me, come take me like home. And then my brother stopped whatever he was doing and came to your apartment to check on me. And so like that was comforting at the end, but like still pretty bad just going through it all. And then not having your car for like 4 months or 5 months later was the worst.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah. Do you have anything you want to shout out?
Stay in school. Just kidding. It's a scam. Don't do it.
You're going to be
next episode's conspiracies.
Oh my
next
gosh.
Season.
Next time Madison's here, we're going to talk about conspiracies. If you want to come back.
No.
Okay. Yeah, no. So thank you for coming to episode 3. Hopefully you'll come back and maybe we could do one about conspiracies. Anyways, thanks for coming, Madison. Thanks for joining me. And thank y'all for listening or for watching if you're watching. Y'all can listen to the podcast on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcast, TuneIn Radio.
I think I was just breathing into the mic.
What else can you... I'm just going to let it in if it happened. I'm just going to let it be.
I was like, wait a second.
You can watch the podcast on Facebook and on YouTube. Audio comes out on every other Sunday. Videos come out every other Monday. So definitely keep an eye out for that. If you want to know what I'm doing when I'm not podcasting, you can find me on everything at curly-headed cutie Eileen. Or just Google it. Who knows what will pop up.
Or you can follow my new video blog I'm going to start. It's called What Eileen Does When She Sleeps, but she's not going to know I'm recording.
Okay, Edward Cullen. So yeah, you can definitely follow me on those. I will see y'all in a couple of weeks for the next episode. I don't know how to end this one today. Yeah, thanks for watching.
And that's the tea.
I'm sorry, I think someone else has that line.
Oh.
I'll talk to y'all later, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye, y'all.